Clarity on Fire, a podcast for people who know what they don't want out of their life and career, but aren't sure what they'd rather be doing.
In a world where it's easy to exist, but hard to feel alive, we, Kristen
and Rachel,
two certified life and career coaches, are here to help you cut through the information overload, get unstuck, and focus not just on how you can have a career you're passionate about, but how to create a whole life that feels fulfilling.
So join us here, where we serve up inspiration and down-to-earth wisdom in a way that only two best friends can.
We want you to experience the relief of knowing that, yes, you're allowed to want more out of your life and career.
And no, you don't have to wander through the dark anymore. Our job is to light the fire that shows you the way. Let's go. Okay, before we drop bombs, that's so dramatic. It really is. But before we get into the subject of this announcement episode, I want to remind you guys that we are going to be recording a new episode of Dear Rachel later this week. Like over the weekend, I think we're actually going to do it on Sunday. So if you have some questions, some burning conundrums
about anything, remember, career or anything else.
Yeah.
No limit.
If you want our feedback on a situation you find yourself in, then you can fill out the form in the episode description, which is just a quick little 2-part form. Just tell us your name or whatever you want your name to be. Give us your question in a brief 250 words or less, and we might consider answering it on the August episode of Dear Rachel. So, and if you don't want to do that, sometimes people Instagram message us. So I'm like, that's fine.
Sure.
Not that picky. Do what you want. Just get us your damn questions if you want us to answer them.
You can email us if you want to. contact@clarityonfire.com.
Sure. Just put Dear Rachel in the subject line.
Yep.
There's many ways you can find us. Okay, so
we have 2 more big announcements for you. You might remember that a few weeks ago we sent you
5 weeks ago.
5 weeks ago, exactly. Mm-hmm. You can always count on Rachel to know the deadlines and the timelines. Mm-hmm. We gave you a couple announcements.
Yep, we talked about how we had changed our approach to one-on-one coaching. We made it enrollment-based instead of whenever you please.
We also announced that we're going to be doing a course all about people-pleasing and specifically getting over your people-pleasing later this summer. And we told you a little bit more about that. And we've got more announcements for you. A lot is happening.
Okay, so announcement number 1 is more about people-pleasing course. Okay, it's not like a brand new announcement.
We told you we'd give you more information when we have it, and we have it.
Okay, so our new course is officially going to be called Getting Over People Pleasing, and it will be open for enrollment on August 20th, which is a Tuesday, which is about a month from now.
Yeah. This is not going to be a buy it whenever you want kind of a course.
No, it will not be 24/7.
Passion Profile short course. This is going to be a thing that we're not sure we're going to do it again. We probably will at some point, but who knows when. So you can consider this to be a one-time thing for now, because we don't have an exact plan for when we're going to do it again. If we do, it'll be at least a year from now.
It has to be. Just based on the things that I want to do between now and next year, I just don't see when we would do it again between now and then. So if you want to get over people-pleasing and you want some help doing it, now would be the time. Because I don't know when we're doing this again. So it'll be about 4 weeks long, okay? And during that time, you're going to get weekly video lessons and some workbook prompts from us so that you can work through step by step the most important stuff that we need you to know and contemplate about healing those old wounds and getting over the discomfort you feel around letting people down and disappointing people and letting people basically think what they want about you without being able to control it.
And making decisions for yourself based on what you want, not what you think other people want. Mm-hmm. There will also be a forum so that you can ask us questions as you're going through. You can get direct feedback from us. You can also get feedback from other people in the group. You can share your stories and share. There's going to be some built-in accountability through that forum. Mm-hmm. So this is going to feel like a group experience.
Yes. Well, and I think that's important for people who... In a way, I think that's important for people who are people pleasers is to have group accountability because, you know, the desire you have to please can be used to your advantage to make sure that you're actually doing what you say you're going to do to the group.
If you don't want to let the group down, you'll actually do what it takes which is getting over your people pleasing.
I know.
It's kind of meta.
It is a little bit meta, but it's going to be to your advantage. So this course is ideally for people who want to bridge the gap between knowing what they should be doing and actually being able to do it. Because isn't that your biggest problem? Like, most of you already know what your issues are. You know what you should and shouldn't be doing, but you're having a hard time grappling with the discomfort of actually doing the damn thing. Like, disappointing people, saying no, confronting something, speaking up.
If you self-identify as a people pleaser, you already know what the problem is, and you probably already kind of know why you do it.
And what you should be doing, even.
Exactly. But doing it is a whole nother beast. So you can consider this course to be like a fun, but also challenging boot camp of sorts. So we're going to help you, first of all, heal some of the wounds that keep you trapped in this need to please. This is huge. We're going to help you get desensitized to the discomfort of doing things like setting boundaries and saying no and speaking up for yourself. The things that you have to do that are hard and uncomfortable, but are required in order to get over people pleasing.
And that you're not doing because there's no one to hold you accountable and because most of us are just on autopilot. So it's easier to keep doing what you already know than to establish a brand new pattern, especially when that brand new pattern is hella uncomfortable.
And you're the kind of person who is wired to avoid discomfort. Yes. That's what people pleasing is.
Right. So if you have a month of accountability in establishing a new pattern, there's a great chance that you're going to walk out of that not repeating that pattern so much, if at all, anymore.
There's accountability, and we also tell you what to do. I know you know some of the things that you could be doing, but we're going to actually walk you through it and hold your hand so it's not so overwhelming about how do I even start.
Yeah, we're going to break it down into smaller bite-sized pieces so that you can take action. So yes, we're going to be teaching, obviously. It's Kristen and me. It's Rachel. We like to talk. We're going to be talking.
Noticed?
Yeah, we're going to be talking at you and we're going to be teaching you, but everything we teach you is to one end, which is to make it actionable. And we're going to hold you accountable for then taking the actions that we tell you to take at the right time in the right way.
Yeah, this is a very heavily action-oriented course because theorizing about people-pleasing does not get you over people-pleasing. No. You have to actually do the work to get over it. And by the end, we really hope what you're going to feel is a lot freer and calmer and more confident and maybe most importantly, resilient. Like, I can do hard things. I can say no. I can set boundaries. And it's okay. The world doesn't end. You're going to build up your resilience muscle in a really big way.
And so, okay, we're going to be talking more about this subject, in general. We're going to be talking more about people-pleasing over the next month until we officially open enrollment for the course. We're going to do some more people-pleasing centric episodes, like our side chat on Friday, which we'll talk about more at the end. Well, actually, I'll just talk about it now. Why not? We're on the subject.
Sure.
We're going to be talking about the 3 types of people-pleasers on Friday, which is funny because I've met a lot of people who think they're not people-pleasers who are actually some of the worst offenders.
But they fall into one of the more untraditional categories.
Not untraditional, just not as obvious.
Exactly.
They're very common. They're just not as obvious.
But people don't think of it when they think of people-pleasing, even though it's absolutely people-pleasing. And so we're going to let you know there's more than just the most obvious forms of people-pleasing, and you might be falling into some of those traps.
Yes. Right. So you might need to self-identify as a people-pleaser before you can contemplate getting over it.
Yeah,
that's what we're going to help you do on Friday.
So we have a VIP list for people who are interested in learning more about this. And if you haven't joined, please do. We have a link in the episode description. It's really easy. Just enter your name and email address. And that means you are going to be the first to know more when we're ready to share more. You're going to be the first to know when the course is open. And there's also going to be some extra goodies for people who are on that VIP list when we do launch the course later in August.
Okay. That's it. So put your name on the VIP list if you're not already.
That's it for announcement number 1.
Well, and get ready to get over your people pleasing. Okay. Now, on to announcement number 2. This is the one that is a bit of a wild card in that some people aren't going to even know what it means. Some people aren't going to care. And some people are going to be disappointed.
Really bummed.
So, but as a non-people pleaser, I feel absolutely nothing about that. I'm fine with it.
There is a time when I would have felt a lot of angst about that. And now...
Good.
I don't.
There you go. Proof that you can get over people pleasing.
I'm about to disappoint some of you. And I apologize and I'm sorry, but This is how it's going to be.
Big announcement number 2 is that we are phasing out our group coaching course, the Passion Plan Virtual Experience, more commonly known as the PPVE.
So for those of you who don't know, the PPVE, it's the same core content that we take all of our one-on-one clients through. It's just that we do it in a group setting. So they don't get the personalized support as our clients, but they do get some group support. We have about 50 people in that group. And it takes about 6 weeks to get through all of that. There's a forum where we answer questions and where the group can share their own experiences. It's really like a group experience like the one we just described for people pleasing. But this is a different set of content, which is our whole process.
It's our whole one-on-one coaching process, just done in a group. That's it.
And we usually do it twice a year. It's usually around the January, February timeframe, and then again in the fall around September, October.
And we originally had intended to do the PPVE again, like we always do, in September, October. But instead, we are pushing that out, and we are running this course one last time in probably January, February of 2020.
We've been doing this course for 5 years, you guys. And it's been a great run. We've had so many great people, over 500 participants in this course.
It has to be more. It has to be.
It might be even more than that.
It's probably, that's probably conservative, but it doesn't matter. It's been well over 500 people, and those people have consistently been awesome. Every time we open enrollment for this course and people introduce themselves, I am so happy at the quality and the intelligence and the
participation and the depth of
all
the people and the experiences. We've had an amazing experience with this course. We've had a lot of people have amazing experiences.
But we're ready to move on.
Right. Everything runs its course. And eventually, things need to evolve. Our business needs to evolve. And that's where we're at with this course.
Yeah. There's no grand reason. And I think that I just want to pause and insert a little wisdom, a little lesson here in the midst of this, which is that if you just get to the point where you're like, I think that's done. I think I'm done with that. I just feel like I have gotten to a place where I'm not sure I'm going to get anything more out of that. And I know that other people might still have been able to get something out of that.
But we have other avenues to get the same experience.
Right. It's not like I'm not giving people content. I mean, when we first started this course, we didn't have a podcast.
Right.
So we didn't have hundreds of free hours of content that you could go download just at your, leisure whenever you want to. So we've expanded a lot since we started this course. And we're also kind of at the point where we're excited about doing new stuff, like getting over people pleasing. And we changed up one-on-one coaching. And later on, we will be updating the short course content. And once the PPVE is officially done, we're not going to be opening it or launching it anymore, we'll actually be taking some of that content and bolstering the PPSC content so that that course is a little bit more robust. So that for people who can't afford one-on-one coaching, they can still do some sort of an introductory course to finding your passion and all of that. So we're going to take care of people still.
Yeah, don't worry.
We're just not going to do it in this way anymore.
Leaving you out to dry. And also, we are running it again one more time. So if you intended to do the PPVE, you do have one more chance. It's going to be January, February 2020. So don't feel like we're stopping it out of the blue. You've got one more chance. But after that, it's gone.
So if you've done the PPVE in the past, or if you decide to join us for this last round that we'll be doing in about 6 months, you're still going to have access to all of that content after we stop offering the course to the public. So we're not taking away all the content from anyone who's already signed up. You have that in perpetuity. That's fine. We're just not going to be offering it to any new people after that.
So if you were thinking about joining us for the PPVE this fall, because a lot of people are planning out in advance, they're like, oh, I know they're going to run it again, and I want to be a part of that. And now it's going to be a bit longer than you expected. If you don't want to wait another 6 months and you still want to get your personal development game on, then we have another course coming out. You can join us for Getting Over People Pleasing later in August, or you can consider one-on-one coaching, which again is the same content that you would have gotten
just in a much deeper, higher level experience.
In a much more personalized experience where you're going to get more out of that content anyway, because you have a coach focusing just on you and how it applies to you.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to get that content in any way, shape, or form.
No, you just get it through coaching.
And so you could join our wait list for coaching if you want to consider doing that before you can join the waitlist now, or you can wait until we're going to open enrollment for coaching again, which is probably going to be around October when we take on a new wave of clients.
If you join the waitlist now, what that means is that we may or may not have availability, and we will let you know what the deal is. So just depending on when you listen to this, and just depending on when people are wrapping up with, or when our current clients are wrapping up with us, we sometimes are going to have spots available immediately when you join the waitlist, and other times you're going to have to wait. But most of the time, if you want to get started between now and the next time we do a coaching enrollment wave, which we intend to do about every 4 months. So again, we're going to do it again in October. If you don't want to wait until then join the waitlist, and we'll let you know when or if we have an availability.
Yeah, there's a decent chance that you'll have an availability before our new wave opens up.
Yeah.
And if you're okay with waiting until around October, when the PPVE would have been going on anyway, then you can just be on the alert for when we open that up again.
I'm sure you couldn't ignore it if you tried, because we'll let you know like we always do.
So links to everything we've been talking about are going to be in the episode description. So the VIP list for getting over people pleasing. We'll also make a list to the one-on-one coaching wait list. And
you make a list? You mean you make a link?
Oh, yeah. We're
not going to make a list to a list. We're just going to make a link to a list.
Didn't even realize I said that.
Uh-huh.
But yes, we will have a link to that list.
Okay.
As well as a link to the PPVE VIP list. So you can find out more about that when we're getting closer to launching that final round.
Yeah, though, I mean, again, you could hardly ignore when we do come back for that final round. If you're listening to the podcast regularly or checking your emails regularly, you will know. But if you join that list, you will be one of the first people we update. And also, again, if someone's on the VIP list, they get some special stuff. Better stuff than people who aren't. So just letting you know that. Okay, that was it. Those were our 2 big announcements. Are you shocked? Are you like, I just found you last week. Who the hell are you?
What is the PPV?
In which case, go take the passion profile quiz if you haven't, and start there.
Yep.
And maybe then, and you could totally join us for getting over people pleasing. That's going to be something that I think is a great place to start for people who've just found us, or people who have been with us for years and years and they've done everything we've ever offered.
Yep, because this is brand new stuff from us. So It's going to apply to everybody.
And again, one last reminder that we're going to be recording Dear Rachel later in the week, and we would love some questions from you guys to consider. And if you want, because again, we're going to be focusing a little bit more on the people-pleasing theme. So maybe listen to Friday's episode, see if that triggers any more questions about people-pleasing. And we'd be happy and maybe even, eager to answer some people-pleasing centric questions.
Yeah,
on next month's Dear Rachel. But really anything, because we just love a good conundrum or a good question.
All right. So once again, we will see you again on Friday with that side chat about the 3 types of people pleasing.
See you then.
Bye.